Hey, Julia Barzik here from Wise Investigator. So today I wanted to talk about using the summer to build relationships. And I mentioned this a little bit in last week's video, but since I've had some questions and further conversations on this topic, which indicated to me that people could possibly use more guidance here. So who can you talk to this summer? And for some context now, we're in 2025, so the funding situation is dynamic. Let's just use that term as a euphemism, I guess. It's not good, right? Because of everything that's happening with our government, but we still have to move forward. And when we don't know what the future might hold, we do know that relationships are going to support us, whatever that future may be. So let's break down pretty quickly still, but a little bit more on exactly who you can be reaching out to and who you can be talking to. Okay, first one is program officers, funder points of contact. Now, of course, I mentioned the chaos within the government, so we do have to keep in mind that these people are dealing with a lot day to day, and where the fires are burning most heavily and where might be a little bit calmer, that's going to be changing. Again, that's dynamic, so it's hard to know exactly what's going on at any one organization at any point in time. But some of them are available to communicate with you, and some of them are going to be experiencing a lower volume of PI inquiries. Their work volume could still be very high, but it definitely would be the case that it will quiet down in terms of the incoming from university faculty because many of you are traveling and off campus for the summer. So take advantage of that. They may have a bit more bandwidth for you because a lot of your colleagues, again, are not communicating with them as intensively right now. Okay, a big one to move on to next would be your past collaborators and mentors. So you can think back to who you went to grad school with, postdocs, early collaborations you may have had, and think about reaching back out to those people. Those are really easy ones to remember, and think back to what kind of relationship could you catch up on when there may have been some distance since you've been in touch. And these can be really for thinking about new ideas for proposals, collaborative type efforts if you want to be on a team for a larger collaborative team-based effort. And you can think about letters of support that may be beneficial for you to have in the year ahead. But like I said in the last video, just approach these summer conversations without an agenda and without any particular ask. You can reconnect and just use the time to catch up and reconnect. And yes, the proposals and the letters and stuff could be in the pipeline later, but that does not have to be a reason for you to connect, or that doesn't have to be a topic of discussion either. Now, the one thing here that's very important to keep in mind is what is called weak ties. If you are well connected within your network of people that are working on similar research topics that you've worked with in the past, existing collaborators, then these are great people for you to maintain connections with. But these would be people generally that you have pretty strong ties with. So what is the problem with the strong tie people? Well, it's not a problem, but it's a limitation. And that is that they kind of know all the same people you do. So even though these are really wonderful collaborators that are highly valued, they really don't know people outside of the network that you already have. So the weak ties are those folks that you are going to be able to connect with and actually gain access to new networks, new people, new organizations. And so these weak ties are very, very important. Now, the other people you can consider reaching out to are your research office staff, because these folks can also be very busy in the summer because it's not just work from PIs like yourself that they are taking in as incoming. There's stuff coming down from everywhere, in, down, up, right? So they've got a lot of work all year, but they can have fewer inquiries from faculty when you all have dispersed into different parts of the globe for your summers. So these are people that you can reach out to and learn, hey, is what programming is coming up for the summer? What can I learn about more about what you offer, your job, and how I can make the most of the resources here? So this can also be a casual conversation. They'll be glad to speak with you and orient you towards more resources. Now, the thing to keep in mind here for all of these summer conversations that I encourage you to have is just use a low stakes type language. Just looking to reconnect, just looking to learn what you're working on now. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be an agenda or a real specific aim that you're trying to accomplish with these meetings. Now, this would be a really great way to prepare yourself for whatever is coming ahead without having to play the guessing game of decisions of should I work on this or should I work on that, or am I going to be wasting my time if I do this, or stressing about is this program going away or is this point of contact going away. And whatever the case may be with that, if you have the relationships in place, you're going to be in a better position. And you're also really going to enjoy reconnecting with these people. I promise that you will feel good when you come away from these conversations, even if there's some commiserating about the state of the world right now. So I encourage you to reach out to even just a couple people. It doesn't have to be 20 people over the summer, but if you reconnected with one, two, or even three people over the summer and built back up a relationship, that would be really valuable for the year ahead.